What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for sitting down with me and going over how to fill out your residential homestead tax exemption application for Collin County. If you do not live in Collin County or are not a resident of Collin County, this video is not for you. Please check out the YouTube channel, find the county that applies to you, click on that link, and if you have any questions about that video, please feel free, drop a comment, and I will be happy to get back to you. However, we are going to focus here on Collin County and get started. So as you can see here, I am on Collin County Appraisal District's website, which at the top you can see is collincad.org. Okay, that is collincad.org. Okay, what I am going to do first whenever I get there is I am going to click on the top search bar here on the tabs, forms. Super simple. It's already populating down here, residential exemptions. I'm going to click on residential exemptions, and the first one that pops up is your residential homestead exemption application. And we'll wait for it to load. And here it is, guys. Here is what it looks like. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are now actually, I'm going to have you come back over to this tab, okay, that you came from originally. I'm going to have you go to property search, and I am going to have you go down to property address, and you will input the property address at which you live. Okay. So I'm going to utilize one of my previous clients. For example, here, I'm going to click on their property, and I had their information pulled up. Now we're going to come back over to the homestead exemption. Okay, so what we're going to do here is first, guys, we are going to look at this top portion here, the tax year and property ID. Okay, if you bought the house in 2021, you will be putting 2022 here. If you bought the house in 2022, you will be putting 2023. Basically, the pattern here is that if you bought it, the year that you bought it, the following year is when the tax year is that you will be putting in. So here I have 2022. We'll just leave it as 2022. Okay. Property ID. You're going to come back over here. I can see up at the general information property ID. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to copy it, and I am going to paste it right here. Geo ID. Same thing. You'll come geographic ID. Take that information. Input right here. Okay. If you're late filing for some reason prior year, I would give the tax office or the county office a call there and just make sure that you're filling this out appropriately, right? So if it was before 2021, I would make that phone call before filing. However, we are going to move right along to section 1. Okay, exemption request. We are focused primarily on your general homestead exemption. So if any one of these applies to you, you are welcome to check these to make sure that you are getting the most tax benefits that you can on your property taxes, right? However, again, we are primarily focusing on general homestead for this video, so I am going to move right along. Were you receiving a homestead exemption on your previous residence? Okay, if you did have a previous residence that you are receiving a homestead exemption on, you would click yes. If not, you would click no. Okay. Are you transferring an exemption from a previous residence? Kind of answers the same question, right? If yes, yes. If no, no. Are you transferring a tax ceiling limitation from a previous address? Okay. The way that I understand it, guys, is that if you have any of these other boxes checked, you could click yes here. If not, no. And obviously, you would put the address of your previous residence and previous county if these boxes are checked yes. If no, don't worry about it. We're going to come down to section 2. Moving pretty quick here. Do you own the property for which you are seeking an exemption? If the answer to this question is not yes, then you can go ahead and stop the video right now. But for everybody that's filing a homestead exemption, it should be yes. Okay. You will, again, check what pertains to you. If you're single, right? When you bought the house, if you're the only one on the deed, you're going to click single. Okay. If you're married couple, you bought the house, or if you were a couple and then you got married after you purchased the house, we do live in common law state. And as soon as you're married, you count as a married couple, right? You click married. Okay. If you bought the house with your brother, your friend, your cousin, right? You would click other. Okay. You will go in, you will put your information, your name, your birthday, your driver's license number, and percent ownership. Okay. If you are married, you will put 100% ownership on both of these lines. Okay. If you are one of the others, I want you to, at the very least, come back over here, go down a little bit. Okay. To owner information, percent ownership, and just check to make sure what it says here. Okay. It's very simple. You can do that if you're single, married, just to double check your work, but that's where you would find that information at. Okay. Put your phone number, you put your mailing address, and that's it. Move down to section 3. Again, moving quick here. Date that you acquired the property. If you don't remember this information off the top of your head, it is okay. What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you come down to the very, very bottom here to your deed history, right? You can take this deed date right here. That is whenever you officially took possession of the property, and you would implement that information right here, which I'll go ahead and copy and paste it just to kind of keep things going. Now, if for some reason you had a leaseback involved, which happened a lot here in 2021 and 2022, to where leasebacks were a huge thing that people were offering to sellers just to get under contract on a property. Okay. If you had a 30-day leaseback, then you take 30 days from whenever you acquired the property and you put that date on there. If for some reason the seller moved out 6 days early, and you had that leaseback in place, it is okay, right? If you don't remember the exact date for some reason. Just go about inputting the information to the best of your knowledge, right? And again, it's not going to be that big of a deal, right? Again, you're going to put the address, right? And then you're going to put the legal description, okay? Legal description, we're going to come back over to your property search page where we have all your property information, okay? And here is your legal description at the very top under general information. Towards the bottom of that section, you will take this information right here. I'm going to copy it. I am going to paste it. And there you go. Okay. Number of acres. Okay. So I did notice that this one in particular is funny. I was able to see that whenever I try to figure out exactly how much land it sits on, you go to this land segment, right? And it would say land size. Now, and this one in particular has not available or not applicable. If yours doesn't say that, and you know for a fact that your property is under an acre, just put less than an acre. Okay. You put the symbol for less than an acre. Okay. Because realistically, there's probably not going to be any kind of tax value difference unless you have over an acre. Okay. They will be able to figure that information on the back end and apply it the way that they should. Right. Now, if for some reason they don't, that's okay. I can help you with that. If for some reason it is over an acre, it's not showing up here, you're confident, and you need some help tracking that information down, you can reach out to me directly and I will be happy to help you get that information. However, again, most properties there are under an acre, just put less than an acre, and you should be fine. Okay. So I'm going to come back over here. And what I will do is I will actually go ahead and put this information here just so that you can kind of see it. Okay. Do you have an exclusive right to occupy this property because of you own a stock in a co-op housing corporation? This, guys, is if a company owns the property and you're living there, or if you own a portion of the stock in which the company owns the property. This is not going to pertain to you. This is likely going to be no 99% of the time. We see this a lot more often in the Northeast, New York and stuff like that, where they have co-op housing, and that's a lot more frequent. I won't even get into it. Is any portion of this property income producing? Okay, if you were Airbnb-ing the property, if you are renting a room, if you've got a mother-in-law suite in the back that you've got a long-term tenant in, right, then you would check yes. Majority of you are going to click no. If you need help finding out the percentage, if you are renting the property, I can also help you track down that information as well. Then we get down to section 4. Guys, I'm really going to go through this very quickly because a lot of you are not going to check any of these boxes. One is more common than the others, but the first one, am I a resident of a facility that provides services related to health, infirmity, or aging? If you are in a nursing home, assisted living, anything like that, you would check this box. Okay. You put this facility information. Most of you are not going to check that box. Am I a certified participant in the address confidentiality program? Basically, if you were a victim of domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, anything to where your identity and public record is sealed per this confidentiality, if I can talk, program, then you would check this box. Okay. If you're an active duty member of the United States Armed Forces, okay, so if you're a veteran for some reason, an active duty member, you can click yes here. And that's the one that's more common that I'm referring to. If you hold a driver's license issued under Section 521, blah, 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 the Texas Transportation Code. Basically, this is if you hold a high-ranking job within the government, you're a federal judge, district attorney, or anything of that nature to where your information is sealed and is not public knowledge, you would click this box. Okay. Is the applicant identified on the deed or other recorded instrument? You are always going to click yes, guys. We're going to come back here. We're going to go down to the bottom to the deed history. You will take this instrument number right here. Okay. I am going to come back over here and input it right there. And I'm going to check yes. Okay. Is the property an heir property? You're an heir to the property? Yes. Majority of you? No. Okay. If yes, then you're going to, fill it out accordingly. Okay. Last but not least, you will print your name here. You will sign your name here. You will date it. Okay. You can then click here to print that information. That way you can sign it. Don't worry about the rest of this. Okay. The rest of this is not important. Here's some general instructions and information about filing. Okay. Now, to be honest, I did not go through and see exactly where we need to send it. However, you can see here that return completed application to this address, so you can mail that a copy of that in. Okay. I will double check here to see if there is a way to file this electronically for you. 1 second here. See if we can figure it out. Just go to the help desk. Submit a request. Yeah, so I am not 100% sure if they do electronic filing. Most counties do not. However, most counties don't even allow you to fill this out online like I was just able to show you. So there might be an opportunity for you to do that. It might be a situation where you can call into this number right here at the top and just ask the question of, hey, can I send this in electronically, or do I need to mail it in or bring it in person? So that basically wraps it up for the Collin County homestead exemption application, how to fill it out, where to send it to. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to drop a comment or get in touch with me directly. I'm happy to help any way that I can. Otherwise, I thank you guys for sitting down with me here today, and I hope to see you on the next video.